Is this recording? Right. Hello there. Hello. My name is Patrick Justice. And I want to talk about human design. This feels kind of weird, recording myself like this. Flip here now. This is different. Let me get into my zone though. Right. Hello. My name is... Okay, let's do this again. Hello. My name is Patrick Justice. I go by Projector Patrick, and this is my YouTube channel. I'm basically feeling extremely awkward right now because I'm recording myself, but I mean, that's just how it is, in this day and age, technology and stuff, eh? Yeah. No, but okay. Hello, my name is Patrick Justice, and I am Projector Patrick on YouTube. So, basically I want to have this YouTube channel to just explain and just general chit chat about human design. Something which is very near and dear to me now. So, yeah, excuse my fidgeting if the camera goes in. But yeah, this is me, this is my story. This is my journey, so I'm very excited to talk about this stuff because it has been life-changing, it has been so much fun, it's been amazing. Yeah, human design is just incredible. It's literally changed my life in so many different ways that, yeah, I couldn't even comprehend. But how I stumbled across human design, so I was in a phase of my life where I felt very isolated, I felt very lost. And I was looking for some direction, and so that led me down the route of self-development. And when you're going down that rabbit hole of self-development, you stumble across many different things, and the Instagram algorithm showed me human design. And so I was like, wow, let's dive deep. What is human design? Don't know why it resonated, but it resonated so much, just the word human design, like, we are all human beings. And then we have the word design, and that is like something to do with creation, creativeness. So yeah, it was a complete match, and I guess the rest is history. But yeah, this is literally my journey. So human design, what can I say? Such an incredible tool, system, whatever you want to call it. It's so complicated, but yeah, I've been doing this, or I've been in my experiment for a year now. I found human design last February, so February 2023, and now we're in March, so it's been a year and a month, so 13 months in human design, quick maths. Yeah, it's been incredible, it's been life-changing. The best thing about human design is, for me, it gave me freedom in my mind, especially freedom in my body, particularly. It just gave me the freedom to just be myself. And that was something which I've always deep down kind of felt, but didn't know how to, be or portray. And many people are probably going to watch this and think, what on earth are you talking about? Like, to be yourself, like, that's just easy, just be yourself. But I'll tell you right now, I've never felt like myself until the past year and a half, when I really started this, self-development, this inner work. And it's so funny how this thing like coincides with your Saturn return, if many of you know what that is. But the idea, that you make a full cycle back to your original, I guess, time of birth or year of birth, when it does a full circle. I don't know how to call that, but yeah. And yeah, I guess I awakened, commas, inverted commas, I awakened to my true self, and yeah, human design was definitely a key part of that. I was already going down this road of self-development in my own way, because ultimately the only thing you need in this life is yourself. Like, everything you want, everything that you desire is actually within you. So once you tap inside, once you go inside, once you reflect, once you start to introspect, you find out many different things about yourself that maybe you were too distracted to, focus on. And definitely human design was the tool that really brought that out of me. And I mean really brought it out of me. Like, it completely just got me thinking. It put my head in a completely different space. And yeah, starting with the idea of conditioning, I think that was, once I learned about that, it was just like, wow. It was like, my whole life, I felt like something was there, but was I a part of it? Or something was controlling me? Let me say that. I think that's better to say. I felt like my whole life I gave away my authority to people, external people, even like my parents, the work, your job, the people around you, relationships, friends. You just give your authority because, that's the way you have been conditioned, is what I believe, especially once I read about conditioning and understood, what conditioning is. And then obviously you type in your data, you give your date of birth, you give your time of birth, you give your city, your place of birth, and then you find out, pinpointing, okay, my energy type, I'm a projector. So at first I was like, being a projector, what on earth is this? A projector? When I read all the 4 types, I actually thought I was a generator. I thought I was a manifesting generator, let's say. And yeah, I discovered I was a projector, and I'm like, hang on a second, wait for the invitation. I don't want to do this. Listen, I'm not trying to wait around for things in life. I'm a go-getter. I need to go out there and get and, do stuff. And that's just not the way I'm meant to operate. So yeah, human design gave me a massive wake-up call. It gave me, like, I was naked. I could actually see myself for who I really was, and that was so liberating. It was so like, wow, I can actually just be myself now. I don't even know myself. Like, hello Patrick, who are you? This guy I'm staring in the mirror for the last, 32 years. I don't even know who he is. But then, slowly by slowly, day after day, you find out who you really are. In line to human design, you start to find out your energy type. You start to find out your authority. There's so many different things. There's gifts. There's, channels, particular energies that resonate so much. And man, it was honestly so incredible to read this stuff, that every single one of us on this planet has this. We all have a body graph, we all have an energy type, we all have a different authority, or we all have a conscious sun, conscious earth, conscious Jupiter, unconscious Mars. We all have these different elements to us, and that was so like, wow, you're stepping into something incredible here, Pat. Like, this is really interesting, because I got to a point in my life where I've basically done everything I've wanted to do. Like, I love traveling. I've traveled to so many places. Like, I've traveled to so many places that I'm going to the same places again and again and again. It's like, how many times are you going to do this, man? How many times are you going to keep repeating and doing the same things? What do you want in this life? And I think when I finally dive deep into myself, what I want in this life is to know myself. And then once you dive deep in knowing yourself, there's no going back. You can't be like the old person that you were. You can only go forward. And I learned, like, for example, my profile. I'm a 4-1. I have a fixed fate. The 4 is an opportunist. The 1 is an investigator. I love reading. I love researching. I love watching videos. But I also love people. I love learning from people. I love, just like externalizing and sharing information to people, with people. When you're a 4-1, like, your relationships are key, critical for you. They bring you opportunities in life. They bring you recognition. They bring you invitations. They bring you so many different things when you're a 4-1 projector. So, if I'm not receiving quality recognition, opportunities, invitations, just energy itself, like, it's got to a point where you can actually feel when something is right for you. And honestly, that was definitely because I became conscious of human design. I became conscious of myself. And that was life changing. It's changed my life completely. It showed me things that, you know, what do I really want in my life? You know, there's so many things that society pushes on us, you know. For example, to have marriage, kids, a home, the white picket fence mentality, you know, this, what do they call it in America, the American dream, that kind of a thing. Even things like culture, you know, there's so many things that society pushes on you, and it was definitely amazing to realize that, you know, I can actually do whatever I want. I can actually be whatever I want. And all it takes is me knowing myself. That was a game changer. There's so much to discuss when it comes to human design, but yeah, I think definitely this idea of looking at yourself, zooming out and looking at yourself from a perspective of, let's chill, let's just rest for a second, let's take a moment, let's put ourselves in some silence and solitude. And when I did that, things started to happen. Like, you know, life is so juicy. There's so many distractions in this life that we live, whether it is, you know, entertainment, TV, Netflix, football, basketball, food, you know, sugar, salt, fat, all the good food, all the partying, all the holidays, all of the, you know, meeting girls and hanging around with guys and getting that recognition and going to parties. There's just so much. Like, I haven't even named half of the distractions in our lives, but there's so much. And all these things just keep you distracted from yourself. Like, the most important TV show you can watch is yourself. Go inward. Write your life story. Journal. You are the main character. It's not, that's such a popular thing these days, this idea of being the main character, but it's so true. You are the main character. You are the one. So go inward, find out everything about yourself. And human design is such an amazing system and tool to do that. And it's literally changed my life to the point where, you know, I'm helping others by giving readings, by just telling people in general, like the people that I meet in everyday life, whether I'm traveling or doing whatever I'm doing, you know, the conversation, it tends to go towards human design, just because that's my energy, and that's because that's just something I love. And so if it's something that I love, if it's in my energy, it's going to come out. You know, people invite me by saying, oh, so what are you into? Oh, what do you do? And the answer is, oh, you know, I give human design readings. Oh, have you ever heard of human design before? And everyone's always like, no, what's this? No one's ever heard of it. So you continuously repeat yourself, giving definitions. You know, the easiest one everyone says, you know, it's like astrology, and it really isn't like astrology. It's so much more deeper than astrology, but, you know, this is something that I guess people can resonate with, so it's part of my people-pleasing tendencies to make it as easy as possible for someone, you know. And yeah, it's just been such a breath of fresh air. Like, at first it can be so confusing, it can be so, you know, overwhelming. What's all these numbers? What does all these things mean? But the more you dive deep, the more you look into it, especially when you want to know yourself. Like, what better else thing is there on this planet, really, than to know yourself? Like, really and truly, what else are you going to do? Think about it, really. There's so many things that society says you should do, but do you really want to do them, or is society pushing it on you? You know? People want to make money, of course, survival is important. People want to have family, of course, survival is important, and you should look after your family, your loved ones. You should love. That is the whole point of what, you know, whatever it is that we're doing on this planet, is to love, is to evolve, mutate, transform. That can only happen through love. Such an amazing energy, beautiful feminine energy, you know. But to do that, it starts with you. It starts with self-love. And something like human design is such an incredible tool for self-love, because you get to know yourself. Yeah, what else are you going to do? Know yourself in its entirety. Of course, your story is still being written, but you can definitely get up to date on yourself. I know I have. And this message is not going to be for everyone. You know, there's some people who probably clicked this video, exited by now, and that's absolutely fine, because these are for the people that were like me, that, you know, were a bit lost in life, that were a bit isolated in life, that knew that there's something more to this life, that knows that, you know, what on earth are we doing here? Are we here for a reason? What is our purpose? And I'm here to say that for me, and the way I am, my energy type, the way I'm empowering others, the way I have empowered others, is through human design, is through knowing myself first, loving myself first. I'm not a finished book. I can't sit here and say that, you know, I don't fight demons every day. I still do. Everyone does. You know, I'm not sitting on my high horse saying that human design is the be all and end all, and the fact that, you know, once you dive deep in it, you will find out everything, because that would be wrong for me to say. Even in my life, there's so many things, there's so many, you know, conditioning factors that we still have to go through in this life. You know, life is definitely not easy, but life is not as hard as we make it, or life is not as hard as society makes it out to be. Once you just let go, surrender, go inward into yourself, you know. It's kind of funny, you don't even need human design in a way, because everything is within you. Human design is just a tool to help you understand yourself better, so you can physically see it. It makes it more empirical. You can research it, you can touch it, you can journal about it, you can discuss it to others. But it's such an incredible tool, and, you know, I really want to dive deep on this channel about certain things in human design, especially towards me, because I read a lot of content. I watch a lot of content, especially on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and it's always people just, you know, regurgitating and disseminating information. And that's all well and good, because obviously we want to create awareness, but what about your experiment? What about your human design? What about you? Like, I'm seeing you on this screen, and, you know, you're such an amazing person. Like, I want to know more about human design, but filtered through you in your experiment. And the more I thought about that, the more I thought, hang on a sec, Pat, you know, if this content that you're looking for, why don't you just make it yourself? Why don't you just put yourself out there, you know, face your demons, face your fear, the opinion of others. Such a massive fear for me, like having anxiety, what are people thinking of me, and all these types of things. Like, to actually just go out there and do that, that is something that I'm searching in other people, especially as a fourth line. I want to learn through other people. And the best way to do that is to be my true self in public, not behind the camera, not behind closed doors, but to give my account, to give my experience. And those that, you know, this resonates with, they will come back, they will get in touch with me. And that is, I guess, one of the main things I want from this channel, is just to meet and to experience other people who are on this journey in human design, who are in their experiment. Because to me, this is like just the greatest thing in the world, to just discuss this kind of stuff and to see how we're all so different, yet we're all searching for similar things like survival, love, recognition. Everyone wants appreciation, everyone wants love, everyone wants to survive, everyone wants to live, everyone wants to thrive, you know. And when you really look at human design, this is such a cool system that can really bring these things to life for you in such an intentional way. And yeah, I'm just very excited to just talk about human design more and dive deep into human design in general. And through that, you're going to see me. If you find that interesting, of course, follow me. You know, I have all my socials there, all Projector Patrick. Get in touch with me, send me a message. This is what I want. I really want to connect with people who are on their own experiment, and, you know, yeah, let's just vibe, man. Let's just do this thing, because life is beautiful, and, you know, it is what we make it. And the best way, in my opinion, is through knowing yourself. So yeah, I appreciate it. This is Projector Patrick, and I guess this is my first video on human design. Thank you.